Evening, everybody. It's a few minutes after 7 o'clock on Tuesday, and this is your closing comment video number 1826. There wasn't much news around today. What we really had, the only thing that we really had was the NFIB Small Business Optimism Survey for June, which rose to 91 from 89. However, um, this is the 18th month in a row that we have been below the average, which is 98. So 91 versus 98, not a great comparison. Tomorrow, we have mortgage apps at 7 a.m., a meaningless number for the most part. But tomorrow and the next day, we have CPI, core CPI, um, and PPI on Thursday. We also have the crude oil inventories at 10, and we have the Fed's beige book for July at 2 o'clock. So there are some market moving bits of information that are going to come out. Chart on the screen is the oil. You know, you could put an order in at 68, and you could put a sell order in at 74, and you would have no trouble trading this on a regular basis. We're down about 3 cents tonight, but on the day today, it was another higher high, higher low. Same situation on the weekly from the bottom 2.5 weeks ago. Higher high, higher low. This week, higher high, higher low. We are getting into an area that might be, kind of a stopper. It has been in the past, but frankly, I'm not terribly concerned about it. Um, you can see it here, 75. So, this has been the top of the consolidation. However, what's different here, although it didn't work here, is that we have a nice rounding bottom in the 20-week moving average, flattening out, and the 5-week moving higher. So we're above it. The question is, can we get them to cross? A look at the daily shows that they crossed here. Then after that, let me make this a little bigger so it's more obvious to you. Um, we crossed here at about $70, and then 2 days later, we crossed through this orange line, which is the 50, and now we are sitting just under the 100. If we're up tomorrow or tonight going into tomorrow, we will get across to the upside here, and we'll also probably get the 20 moving through that 50 and towards the 100. The MACD has really flattened out, but the ease of movement and RSI are both gaining. So that's where we are as far as energy. The rest of the excuse me, the rest of the futures were pretty much not much going on. Uh, the As I said, the oil was up $1.84. Nat gas was up 6 cents. Gold was up $6.10, which is not really much. Silver was down 6 cents. Bitcoin down 300, the dollar down 24 cents, and the bonds, which we were short, were up again, up another 3/8 of a dollar. Um, Not going to bother with that chart. We're not in it anymore, and I don't need to pat myself on the back. Okay, as far as stocks went, a couple of names here that were pretty decent today. And I'm going to mention Tellurian. Um, I generally don't because it's $1.50. But starting yesterday, after that news about Berkshire Hathaway buying Dominion's LNG services, We started to see a little rise in the Tellurian. Today it was up another dime. Might as well give you a look here because it's getting pretty impressive. I mean, we really are. We have sat in this consolidation now. It, basically goes back to the big decline um, from the middle of last year, actually around this time last year. Let's look at the weekly. That will give you a better picture. After the big decline, this was the day that this was just one of the rallies. It actually goes back a little further. This is the period of time where we had the explosion at the Freeport, Texas plant. We came down hard, rallied back up, and then broke sharply. I mean, this was $1.60 week from a $4 commodity. So that was pretty extreme. But what we've done here is we've made higher highs, higher lows, and now we have a slightly higher high, I mean, higher low, and a recovery, a rounded bottom, and a recovery with higher lows than there. And we've started back to the upside. Today we closed 157, and that was up about 14 cents. So this is pretty impressive. On the 5 and 20 week, we've turned positive. On the long term trend line, we've broken out and stayed above. Clearly, we need. This is going to be a test up here at $1.72. That's about 10% from where we are right now. But the real test would be a close over $2. Um, so we'll have to see. The rest of the markets that I follow, we had one this morning that I talked about, GDTC, which had traded higher on a drug um, approval, actually a patent, I believe, and it was as high as 1067 pre-market. In the regular market, it was only up as high as 975, but the fact is it closed at 548, up $1.99, which was still 57%. This afternoon we had ELOX, ELOXX. Symbol is ELOX. This is also a biotech, and it's actually a local company here in Watertown, and they do something with something called Alport syndrome, which is a debilitating kidney disease. Um, this is a strange one because while this is really big news for a problem that nobody has been able to solve, this is one of those stocks that over the years has been one of the biggest destroyers of equity. This stock has been reverse split 3 times, one for 100, one for 20, and one for 40 more recently. That gives it an adjusted high. I know you're not going to believe this. Gives it an adjusted high of $820,000 a share. Closed yesterday at 391. On the news today, that it had gotten um, they had gotten updated test results from a phase 2 trial that were really good. So it closed at 391 yesterday, traded up as high as 1240 today. And this afternoon, let me just get you a fresh quote since it's still trading. It is trading at 10.93. That is up $7.02 or 180%. However, I will tell you that what was interesting to me anyway was that a week and a half ago, on the 28th of June, was the announcement of those results. Today was a further explanation about those results. This is one of those stocks where, like a lot of the reverse splits, you see what the people in the Discord room call lightsabers. So, for example, on the 15th of May, the stock the day before had closed $3.56, and the next day it closed at 10.90, up 206%, and then of course started right back down the very next day, came all the way back from 10.90 down to $6.32, and eroded all the way down to 3 days ago it was $3.56. So it's hard not to get excited about the medical breakthrough, but as far as the stock goes, it's been tough. Let's see. We also had Amazon's Prime Day today, first of two. The stock was up $1.58 after being down $3 yesterday. They actually report on the 27th, so a week from yesterday. They'll report. Also, big news on the M&A side. We had Microsoft and Activision. It looks like the court handed the FTC a solid drubbing today, not agreeing with them and allowing Microsoft's acquisition of Activision to go forward. They still have a bit of a problem in the EU, but they've already come out and said that they will work with the EU to either get rid of or make concessions about some of their games not being exclusively on Microsoft, at least for a couple of years. That deal is at 95, I believe. The stock in the last couple of weeks has gone from 73, closed yesterday 82.70. Today it got as high as 92.91, with a last of 91 and a half, up $8.80 or 11%. Not much action in the Microsoft being the acquirer. It closed 332.39, and that was up 56 cents, but it does clear it away to an acquisition that is definitely going to help Microsoft in the long run in their gaming business. Anyway, that's about it, folks. Tomorrow, as I said, a big day with both the CPI, core CPI, and of course the Fed's beige book. And then the following day with PPI. And starting on Friday, we're going to start to see some of the financials reporting. So, my least favorite time of the quarter, we're back in earnings season. Ugh. All right, folks. I'll be back first thing in the morning. Hope you had a good day today.